Chosen one, the countdown is active, and it already reads like this: 3, 2, 1. Your opposition is finished, and compensation is lining up. A fortress is forming around your energy, because what's arriving carries weight, value, and longevity. Timelines are syncing. The countdown isn't symbolic, it's operational. Here's your first revelation. Everything they tried to use against you has already backfired. Every curse sent your way boomeranged back with compound interest. Every manipulation tactic that used to work is now actively working against them. The rituals they performed in secret, targeting your mental clarity, your health, your ability to think straight, have all reversed. Not because you did some counterspell, but because you carry something in your soul that cannot be corrupted, dimmed, or destroyed. You possess a fire that, when pressed, doesn't extinguish, it explodes. This is why people have always had extreme reactions to you. There's no middle ground. Some people meet you and immediately recognize greatness. Others meet you and immediately plot your downfall because your light exposes their darkness. Both reactions tell you everything you need to know. You're not here to be liked. You're here to dominate your destiny. The countdown I'm revealing isn't arbitrary. 3 represents the completion of old cycles. 2 represents the partnership that's forming. 1 represents unity consciousness. And 0 is when everything you've been building in the invisible realm materializes in the physical. We're in the final seconds. The acceleration you're experiencing, those synchronicities piling up, those doors opening at impossible timing, that's not luck. That's confirmation you're locked into your timeline. Your enemies aren't just losing power over you, they're losing power entirely. The universe isn't just protecting you, it's systematically dismantling every structure they used to control anyone. Their networks are collapsing, their credibility is eroding, their tactics are being exposed, and it's all happening while you're rising. This isn't coincidence. This is coordinated cosmic justice, where your ascension and their downfall are 2 sides of the same divine equation. Here's your second revelation, and this one is going to hit different. The controlling figure in your life spent years studying you like a scientist studying a specimen. They learned your triggers, they memorized your insecurities, they catalogued your fears. They became experts at making you doubt yourself while appearing concerned. Every criticism wrapped in care, every limitation framed as protection, and you believed them because you thought they loved you. But I'm about to tell you something that's going to reframe your entire past. They didn't want to protect you. They wanted to own you. Your success threatened their control. Your independence exposed their manipulation. Your growth highlighted their stagnation. So they dedicated themselves to one mission: keep you small, keep you dependent, keep you questioning your own judgment. And for a while it worked brilliantly. You remember the gaslighting, the way they could twist reality until you didn't trust your own perception anymore. You'd confront them about something cruel they said, and somehow the conversation would end with you apologizing to them. They had this supernatural ability to flip the script, to position themselves as the victim in every scenario, to ensure you always walked away feeling guilty for having needs, boundaries, or feelings. That mental fog you experienced wasn't depression, it wasn't anxiety, it was the result of sustained psychological warfare combined with spiritual attacks you couldn't see. They were doing more than just emotional manipulation. They were working on you energetically, targeting your mental clarity, clouding your ability to think straight, because a clear-minded you is a dangerous you, and they knew it. But something happened recently that broke their spell completely. The universe activated your sovereignty protocol. Think of it like a software update that happened overnight. You went to sleep one person and woke up upgraded. The old manipulation codes don't work on your new operating system, and they're panicking because they can feel their access being revoked in real time. Watch what's happening behind the scenes right now. The controlling figure is frantically reaching out to their network, making phone calls, sending messages. asking seemingly innocent questions about you. Who are you spending time with? What opportunities are you pursuing? Why do you seem different? They're trying to gather intelligence, because information was always their primary weapon, and now they're operating blind. They're not just losing access to you, they're losing access to everyone who matters to you. The universe is creating interference in their ability to gather intel. People who used to report back about your life are suddenly forgetting to respond to their messages. Family members who once shared everything with them are developing boundaries. Their spy network is dissolving, and they can't figure out why nobody's cooperating anymore. You want to know why they're truly done? Because their entire system was built on one assumption, that you'd never see through them, that you'd remain confused, doubtful, and dependent forever. They never prepared a backup plan for the version of you that's awake, sovereign, and immune to their tactics. They put all their energy into one strategy, and that strategy just became obsolete. Third revelation is your ex is about to make their move, not might, will. They're already feeling the shift in your energy from a distance, like a shark sensing blood in water, except in this case they're sensing power, elevation, and the unmistakable frequency of someone who's about to level up financially, and they want in before the door closes permanently. You've probably already felt the energy shifting. Maybe they viewed your social media recently. Maybe mutual friends mentioned them out of nowhere. Maybe you had a dream about them. That's not coincidence. That's the universe showing you the test before it arrives, so you can prepare your response. Because how you handle this moment determines whether you pass into your new reality or get delayed by old patterns. They're going to approach with humility. The performance will be Oscar-worthy. They'll talk about growth and therapy and realizations. They'll claim to finally understand what they lost when they let you go. They might even have prepared speeches about how much they've changed, how different they are now, how ready they are for the kind of love you deserve. And a part of you, the part that remembers loving them, might feel tempted to believe it. Don't. This isn't growth. This is strategy. They're not responding to who you are. They're responding to what you're becoming. They can sense the money moving toward you, even if they don't know the details. They can feel the elevation happening in your energy field, and they want to secure their position before you're completely out of their league. This is opportunism wearing a mask of redemption. If this message aligned with your purpose, hype this video so fellow chosen ones can find their confirmation. The controlling figure in your life is actually encouraging this reunion behind the scenes. Either they've directly contacted your ex, or they're manipulating mutual connections to facilitate it. Why? Because they know this person's weaknesses, they understand how to control them, and they believe getting you back together with someone they can manipulate through proxy is their best chance of stopping your ascension. But they made a critical miscalculation. Your standards aren't just higher now, they're different in kind, not just degree. Going backward isn't unappealing, it's physically impossible. Your body rejects low vibration connections now, the way a healthy immune system rejects disease. When your ex tries their old tricks, you'll feel it in your gut, that immediate recoil that tells you everything you need to know about the authenticity of their approach. Watch for this specific pattern. They'll initially respect your boundaries perfectly, too perfectly, like they studied what a respectful person looks like, and they're performing it. But then slowly, subtly, they'll start testing. A guilt trip here, a passive-aggressive comment there, always with the underlying message that if you really believed in their change, if you really loved them, you wouldn't need such strict boundaries. That's when you'll know it's performance, not transformation. Your ex is about to make legal claims they have no right to make. The controlling figure might even be helping them draft documents claiming rights to assets or opportunities that have nothing to do with them. But here's your advantage. Legal protections are being put in place right now that you don't even know about yet. Attorneys you haven't met are preparing defenses for attacks you haven't seen coming. This test serves one purpose, to prove to the universe that you've truly evolved beyond old patterns, that you can't be manipulated back into dysfunction, no matter how sophisticated the approach, that your sovereignty is non-negotiable. Pass this test by refusing to engage emotionally. Redact them to your legal team. Maintain your boundaries with calm certainty. Show no anger, no bitterness, just unshakable clarity about who belongs in your future and who doesn't. Fourth revelation, and this is where the energy shifts from defense to offense. While your ex is planning their pathetic return and your enemies are plotting their desperate moves, the universe is positioning someone extraordinary into your path. Someone who doesn't need you, but chooses you. Someone who doesn't want to be saved, but wants to build an empire. Someone who's been preparing for you just like you've been preparing for them. This person exists right now, walking the same earth, breathing the same air, and they're clearing the last obstacles from their path so they can meet you at exactly the right moment, with exactly the right energy. They're not some mystical soulmate concept. They're a flesh and blood human being who carries their own wealth, their own power, their own vision, and they're incomplete without the specific frequency you bring to the equation. You won't meet as wounded people trying to heal each other. You'll meet as whole people, recognizing the potential for exponential growth. Two successful individuals who understand that what you're building together is far too important to rush into emotional territory prematurely. The attraction will be immediate. The chemistry is undeniable, but the wisdom will be even stronger. They're going to approach with professionalism first, not because they don't feel the pull, but because they understand that great partnerships require great foundations. You're not building a romance, you're building a dynasty, and dynasties aren't created through passion alone. They're created through strategic alignment, shared values, complementary skills, and unshakable trust that's built through consistent action over time. This person has walked away from lucrative opportunities that didn't align with their values. They've turned down partnerships with people who had money but no integrity. They've rebuilt from setbacks that would have destroyed most people. And through it all, they've maintained a clear vision of what they're building and who belongs in that vision. You're about to discover that you've been auditioning for this partnership your entire life without knowing it. The business opportunity that brings you together is already in motion. Conversations are happening in rooms you're not in yet. Introductions are being arranged by people who don't know they're part of a cosmic setup. Resources are being aligned. Timing is being orchestrated. And soon you're going to be in a space, physical or virtual, where this person is also present. The connection will be instant, but the approach will be calculated. Your creative gifts are about to meet their strategic brilliance. Where you see possibilities and vision, they see structure and systems. Where they might get lost in logistics, you remind them of purpose and meaning. Together you create something the world desperately needs, a business model that generates wealth while elevating consciousness, profit with purpose, success with soul, the perfect fusion of spiritual mission and material abundance. The money comes faster than either of you expected, not because you're cutting corners or exploiting people, but because you're both operating from a frequency where abundance is the natural result of aligned action. Your combined energy creates a magnetic field that attracts opportunities, resources, and people who want to support what you're building. The fifth revelation shows the controlling figure's power structure is collapsing faster than they can repair it, and you get a front row seat to watch karma work in real time. Every person they turned against you is starting to see through them. Every lie they told is being exposed. Every manipulation tactic they used is backfiring spectacularly. And the beautiful part, you don't have to do anything except maintain your boundaries and watch. Behind closed doors, they're losing their mind. Phone calls to their enabler network are increasing in desperation and frequency. They're reaching out to people they haven't spoken to in years, trying to rebuild alliances that are crumbling. They're making strategic social media posts designed to make you look unstable while they look like the victim. But here's what they don't realize. Everyone can see through it now. The performance is too obvious, the timing too convenient, the victim narrative too rehearsed. Former allies are taking screenshots of their messages, saving voicemails, documenting the manipulation for their own protection, because they're realizing if this person could do this to you, they could do it to anyone. The controlling figure is creating evidence of their own toxicity with every desperate move they make, and that evidence is being preserved by people they still think are loyal. The panic is becoming visible now. They're making mistakes, contradicting themselves, showing their hand in ways they never would have when they felt secure in their control. The mask they've worn for years is slipping, and people are seeing the ugliness underneath. Family members who always defended them are starting to ask questions. Friends who believed their version of events are requesting your side of the story. The narrative they controlled for so long is escaping their grip. Their final move isn't going to stop you, it's going to liberate you completely. When they reveal their true nature to your destined partner, when they show their manipulation tactics to the business opportunity, when they expose their methods to people who have power, they're actually doing you a favor. They're removing any remaining doubt about who they really are. They're burning the last bridge back to toxicity. They're sealing their own fate. Social isolation is already beginning for them. Events where they used to hold court are becoming uncomfortable. People make excuses to leave early when they arrive. Conversations die when they enter the room. The energy vampire used to feed on attention and control, but now they're experiencing scarcity of both, and they can't understand why their tactics stopped working. They can't comprehend that the universe has simply revoked their access to you and everyone aligned with your mission. The beautiful part, you don't have to gloat. You don't have to announce their downfall. You don't even have to acknowledge it. You'll be too busy building your empire, loving your partner, and stepping into the abundance that's already yours. Their collapse happens in your rear-view mirror while you're accelerating into your future. They become irrelevant, not through your revenge, but through your success. Sixth revelation, and this is the one that changes everything. The financial windfall isn't coming, it's already in motion. Right now, this very second, money is moving through systems you can't see toward you. Documents are being prepared in offices you've never visited. Attorneys you haven't met yet are structuring protections for assets you don't know you're about to receive. The universe isn't just planning your abundance, it's actively constructing it. Here's how it's going to arrive. It might come through inheritance, but not from who you expect. It might land as a business opportunity that seems to appear out of nowhere, but was actually orchestrated through multiple connections working in harmony. It could be a legal settlement that vindicates years of mistreatment, or an investment return that exceeds every projection by exponential factors. However it arrives, it represents freedom materialized. But here's the critical instruction: keep your mouth shut until everything is legally locked in place. Don't post about pending opportunities. Don't share details with people who haven't proven loyalty through action, not words. Don't announce plans before documents are signed and funds are deposited. The enemy eyes watching you are waiting for any intel they can use to interfere. Silence is your strategic advantage until the fortress is complete. Look, you already know the attacks weren't random, and if you're paying attention, you can feel it. Their walls are closing in, so let's talk about what we're doing about it. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve cooperative intelligence. The beauty is, you don't even have to lift a finger. You put on the headphones, press play, and your subconscious is rewired, while your enemies collapse under the weight of their own lies. This is why I created it in the beginning, so everything they did to break you becomes fuel for your purpose. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your destiny engine for $1 today and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. Watch what happens when family members catch wind of your elevation. Suddenly they'll remember loans you never took. They'll claim promises you never made. They'll feel entitled to percentages of blessings they had nothing to do with creating. Watch how fast alleged love transforms into naked greed when money enters the picture. It's going to show you exactly who was with you for you and who was with you for what they thought they could extract. The phrase "speak to my lawyers" is about to become your favorite response. Not said with arrogance, said with the quiet certainty of someone who knows they're protected on every level, legal, financial, spiritual, all three working in concert to ensure what's yours stays yours. And anyone who tries to claim what they didn't earn discovers that the protections in place have teeth. Here's something most people don't understand about divine wealth transfer. It doesn't just land in your account randomly. It arrives with built-in protections that human legal systems didn't create but will enforce. Every contract has language that shields you from predatory claims. Every asset is structured to be legally unassailable. Every investment comes with protections you didn't know to request. This is cosmic intelligence working through earthly systems. The universe has been building a financial fortress around you for longer than you realize. Every contract you sign from this point forward includes protections you didn't even know to ask for. Every asset you acquire is structured to multiply while remaining completely protected. Every investment is positioned to generate returns that compound across generations. This isn't luck. This is divine architecture manifesting in the physical realm. The seventh revelation is that those creative practices you've been drawn to aren't hobbies. They're not therapy. They're not just self-expression. They're portals to higher dimensional intelligence that's downloading business strategies, market insights, and revolutionary ideas directly into your consciousness. Every time you create from an authentic place, you're accessing frequencies that your competitors can't reach, and that's about to become your unfair advantage. Your business acumen is awakening in parallel with your artistic gifts. This is rare. Most people are either creative visionaries without business sense or strategic entrepreneurs without artistic vision. You're becoming both simultaneously: the artist who understands markets, the entrepreneur who values beauty and meaning, the strategist who sees patterns others miss because you've trained your consciousness through creative practice. When your destined partner enters, they're going to need exactly this combination. They bring structural brilliance and strategic execution. You bring visionary capacity and creative problem solving. Where they see logistics, you see possibilities. Where you see potential, they see systems. Together you create something the market has never seen before. Not because you're trying to be different, but because you're accessing intelligence from dimensions the competition doesn't know exist. The business you're about to build will operate on principles that traditional thinkers will call impossible. Radical transparency while maintaining competitive advantage. Generous profit sharing while maximizing returns. Creative freedom while maintaining disciplined execution. Spiritual development as actual business practice while dominating market share. And these seemingly contradictory principles will be precisely why you succeed where others fail. The automatic writing you've been practicing, that's strategy downloads, the meditation visions, market intelligence, the creative projects that wake you up at night, blueprint transmissions for the empire you're building. Start documenting everything, because these aren't random inspirations. These are construction plans for your dynasty, being transmitted from your highest self, who's already living the reality you're stepping into. Your creative output is about to carry frequencies that activate purchasing decisions in people who encounter it. They won't be able to articulate why they're drawn to your brand, your product, your service. They'll just know that something shifts inside them when they experience what you create. This isn't manipulation, this is resonance. You're building businesses that actually make people's lives better, and they can feel that authenticity at a cellular level. The eighth revelation shows your energy field isn't just protected anymore, it's weaponized. You've become energetically sovereign in ways that most people never achieve in an entire lifetime. The meditation, the breathwork, the creative practices, all of it has been building psychic architecture that now operates automatically. You don't have to consciously defend yourself. Your field repels attacks before they can even get close. People who used to drain you can't hook into your system anymore. Watch them try. They'll use the same guilt trips, the same sob stories, the same manufactured emergencies that used to pull your energy. But the hooks can't find purchase. The manipulation bounces off your aura like bullets off Kevlar, and you don't even have to try. The protection is automatic, always on, constantly upgrading itself with each failed attack. Meanwhile, people aligned with your highest good feel magnetized to your presence. Your tribe is finding you without effort. High-value connections are appearing through seemingly random circumstances. A conversation in an airport lounge, an introduction through a friend of a friend who didn't know why they felt compelled to connect you, an online interaction that leads to a collaboration worth millions. The universe is assembling your team. Here's what this means for your destined partnership. They're not looking for someone to complete them or fix them. They're whole on their own, and they're seeking someone who's equally whole. Two sovereign beings choosing to build together because the vision is bigger than either of them could manifest alone. Your energetic sovereignty is what attracts their energetic sovereignty. Eagles don't flock with pigeons. The controlling figure is losing sleep over their inability to read you anymore. They used to know exactly which buttons to push to get a reaction. They had you mapped, categorized, predictable. Now they're encountering a version of you they don't recognize and can't manipulate. It's driving them to increasingly desperate measures because manipulation was their only tool, and that tool is completely useless against someone who's truly awake. Ninth revelation, and we're approaching the climax. Time itself is compressing around you. Events that should take years are happening in weeks. Synchronicities are stacking so fast you barely process one before the next arrives. Doors are opening with timing so perfect it seems orchestrated by an intelligence that sees the entire chessboard at once, because it is. You're locked into a timeline where delay is no longer possible, and acceleration is the only option. Every intuitive hit you receive is a guidance system confirming you're exactly where you need to be. That sudden knowing to reach out to a specific person who then introduces you to your next major opportunity. That impulse to attend an event you'd normally skip, where you meet exactly who you need to meet. That feeling you should take a different route, and you avoid an accident while simultaneously running into a connection that changes your trajectory. None of this is coincidence. This is a divine GPS operating in real time. Soon you're going to be in a specific location, either physical or digital, where three things converge simultaneously: your destined business partner, your major financial breakthrough, and the final exposure of your enemy's true nature to everyone who still had doubts. These three events aren't separate. They're interconnected threads of the same cosmic design coming together at one apex moment. Your future partner is experiencing their own version of this acceleration right now. They're clearing their own toxic connections, resolving their own family drama, finalizing their own financial preparations. They're on a parallel track that's about to intersect with yours at exactly the right angle, speed and timing. When your paths cross, you'll both recognize that you've been on coordinated timelines, orchestrated by forces beyond either of your individual awareness. 10th revelation. This is the climax. Everything has been building to this moment, and it's about to arrive with perfect timing and maximum intensity. Your ex, the controlling figure, and the financial opportunity are all going to collide in the same narrow window. This isn't chaos. This is the universe's final exam to prove you've truly transformed, and you're about to pass with a score that shocks even yourself. Your ex is going to make their desperate legal move, claiming rights to your windfall at the exact same time your destined partner is evaluating whether to fully commit to the business partnership. The controlling figure, seeing their last chance slipping away, is going to reach out to your partner, trying to poison them against you with fabricated concerns about your judgment and stability. All three events happening simultaneously to create maximum pressure. This is designed to test one thing: can you maintain sovereignty under siege? Can you hold your frequency when everything around you is attempting to pull you into chaos? Can you respond with strategic clarity instead of emotional reactivity? Because the universe doesn't give you your kingdom until you prove you can defend it. And this moment is your proof. You're not going to engage emotionally with any of it. Your ex makes legal claims. Your attorneys handle it while you continue building. The controlling figure tries to manipulate your partner. You don't defend yourself because people who know you don't need defense, and people who don't know you won't believe it anyway. Financial pressure mounts. You maintain absolute certainty that what's yours is already yours, regardless of temporary appearance. Your destined partner is watching all of this unfold. They're seeing how you handle attacks without becoming reactive, how you maintain boundaries without becoming bitter, how you protect what's yours without becoming paranoid. And every observation is confirming what they already suspected. You're the one they've been waiting for. Someone who can build an empire and defend it without losing their soul in the process. The countdown reaches its peak. 3, 2, 1, and at 0, everything that seemed like an attack is revealed to have been a setup for your greatest victory. Your enemies thought they were destroying you. They were actually positioning you for your most spectacular demonstration of power. And everyone who's been watching is about to understand why you were always destined to win. You passed the test, and that's the 11th revelation. The attacks failed, the manipulations backfired, the legal claims collapsed, and now you're standing in the aftermath, watching your empire rise while your enemies fall in real time. This isn't revenge. This is natural consequence. You didn't destroy them. They destroyed themselves by refusing to evolve while you transformed. And now the gap between your realities is so vast they can't even see you anymore. Your business with your destined partner is launching with momentum that surprises even you. The principles you thought might be idealistic are proving to be precisely why customers are flocking to you. Radical transparency creates trust. Generous profit sharing creates loyalty. Creative freedom produces innovation. Spiritual development enhances performance. Every supposedly impossible principle is generating results that traditional models can't match. The template you're creating isn't just succeeding, it's rewriting the rules for an entire industry. Competitors are watching you, trying to figure out how you're doing it. They're attempting to copy your visible strategies while missing the invisible foundation. They can imitate your business model, but they can't replicate your consciousness, and that's why they'll study you, but never match you. Meanwhile, the controlling figure's collapse is accelerating beyond their worst fears. Former allies are publicly distancing themselves now. People who used to enable their manipulation are going on record about the toxicity they witnessed. The carefully constructed facade they maintained for decades is crumbling, and everyone can see the ugliness underneath. They're experiencing the isolation they weaponized against others, and karma is collecting with compound interest. Your ex's legal claims didn't just fail. They exposed them to counter-litigation that's costing them significant resources in legal fees for nothing. The attorneys they hired are advising them to drop everything and never contact you again because every move they make creates more liability. Divine justice isn't just protecting you. It's actively penalizing anyone who tries to steal what belongs to you. You're not celebrating their downfall because you're too busy building. By the time their collapse is complete, you'll be so established in your new reality that their existence will be irrelevant. They become a distant memory of a life you used to live, a cautionary tale you might share someday to help others escape similar situations, but not an active part of your consciousness anymore. This is the 12th and final revelation. 3, 2, 1, 0. The countdown is complete, and you're standing at the 0 point, where everything transforms, not where it begins, where it transforms. Because the truth is, you've been becoming this person for years. Every struggle prepared you, every betrayal refined you, every obstacle tested you, and now at 0, you're no longer becoming, you are. Look at the distance you've traveled. Months ago, the controlling figure's words could still shake you. Weeks ago, your ex's energy could still create doubt. Recently, you were still questioning whether the abundance was really coming. Now you're standing in the full manifestation, watching it all unfold exactly as it was designed. The universe didn't lie. It was downloading the plan the whole time. You just had to evolve to the frequency where you could receive it. Your destined partner isn't coming anymore. They're here. The business isn't launching. It's thriving. The money isn't on its way. It's in your accounts multiplying. The legal protections aren't being built. They're operational and defending your assets automatically. The empire isn't future vision. It's present reality. 0 is the point where potential becomes kinetic, where invisible becomes visible, where promised becomes possessed. Remember the person you were when this countdown started. Remember the doubt, the fear that it was too good to be true, the suspicion that you weren't worthy. That version of you is gone, not healed, gone, replaced by someone who knows their worth without needing external validation. Someone who recognizes abundance as their natural state, someone who views obstacles as opportunities and attacks as fuel. Every person who underestimated you is witnessing your transformation with their own eyes now. Family members who doubted you are suddenly interested in your success. Friends who questioned your judgment are asking for advice. Competitors who dismissed you are studying your moves, and you're handling all of it with the quiet confidence of someone who has nothing to prove because their results speak louder than any words could. 0 is not an ending. 0 is the new beginning. The countdown brought you here, but what you build from this point forward echoes through generations. Your wealth creates opportunities for people who haven't been born yet. Your business model becomes the template others follow. Your partnership proves that conscious love can build empires. Your healing journey shows others that liberation from toxic systems is possible. The abundance flowing into your life is now a river with its own momentum. You're not chasing opportunities anymore. Opportunities are chasing you. You're not seeking partnerships. Partnerships are seeking you. You're not looking for your next move. Your next move is finding you, because you've reached a frequency where the universe delivers to you instead of you having to extract from it. 3, 2, 1, 0. The countdown is complete. The transformation is here. The abundance is yours. The partnership is real. The empire is built. The enemies are done. And you, chosen one, you're just getting started. Because 0 isn't the end. 0 is the launching point. And what you create from this foundation will exceed even your most audacious visions. Welcome home to the reality you were always meant to inhabit. The wait is over. The struggle has ended. The abundance is here. Your victory is complete. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop what you've become. You are the chosen one. You always were. And now, finally, everyone else knows it too. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your reality. Own it completely.